Well, here we are. Took a lot for me to come and record this one because, yes, you can probably tell I do not own Payne Haas, and when fantasy doesn't go well, I find it hard to even look at. But if there's even one person that this video helps me getting it out in good time, then it's worth it. It's worth swallowing my pride and recording this video. So here we are. Payne Haas, man, I'm getting shades of 2021 Cleary here, where I again did not own him, and week to week he just kept putting up 90s, and I was sitting there saying, nah, he can't keep going with this. Not possible. Never seen it before. But yes, 106, and he does not look like slowing down. And to double down on that, 71 bloody minutes, man. Who was saying he was going to get less minutes? Far out. We've just seen that Madge is happy to just come off for a small rest and bang, back on straight away when the game's in the balance. I mean, the game was in the balance against Canberra and he only played 57. I don't know what was going on there. I guess maybe he realised that, I'm going to play my best player for heaps of minutes, which makes complete sense. But look, he's a screaming buy. I think you this week you've got to buy him. I don't know how. I have no idea how I'm gonna buy him, but he's got to come in, and it's going to be a mammoth task because 950k. But look, his break even is going to be, I don't even know. It's going to be like 20 something. So if you're sitting there thinking, nah, I'm not going to jump on, I'm going to give it another week. No, you have to buy him this week because his price is just going to go up. There's no way, unless someone goes out there and HIAs him, it just feels like it's not going to happen. I mean, it's always possible, but I think you've got to get him in somehow. I mean, Cleary's going to be out, Connor Watson's out, Hubner's going to be out, Ponga's, any Newcastle player is going to be out on the bye. I think at this point you just have to sacrifice anyone to get him in. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking here. He's in God mode. He's on the NRL game. He's got 10 out of 10 on every stat: offloads, pace, tackling, off bloody tackle breaking. Oh, it's devastating. And any chance I had of having a nice overall rank has just been thrown in the bin. But anyway, let's move on to normality, because yes, get Payne Haas in your team, put the captaincy on him every week from here on out. He is perma-captain. And I don't even feel like I'm exaggerating here. So, yeah, there we are. I don't want to spend another second talking about it, because it's just, it's just so frustrating. Anyway, Adam Reynolds, 86 points. Wow, he had a great game. And we're seeing, this is what Adam Reynolds can do. He is still a very good player, and wow, no negative stats as well. When the Broncos play well, he has a good game, he's going to get a great fantasy score. And man, he's just one that it's just tricky, because he just feels like someone that's just short of being a gun keeper. But then there's also the injury risk as well, and I think the difference between him and Haas is just he does have a serious injury risk. He could get rested for some if they're up in games as well. Possibly not, but he's just one I probably wouldn't look at going into here. He did get a try and a try assist and 5 goals, so I mean that's fairly normal, to be fair. So pretty good score from him, but yeah, I don't think I'd be looking to jump on. at the price, he'll be over 700k, and I just think there's going to be better options at the price there. Carrigan, fairly standard from him. He's going to drop a bit more cash. Just played the 59 minutes here, so maybe he sacrificed a few minutes there for Hart. But yeah, I wouldn't be looking at Carrigan at the moment. He's just going to be, you're paying for what you get with him. Jake Clifford comes out, replaces Tom Duffy, and scores 54. So, I thought the Cowboys played pretty well. They definitely improved from their first 2 weeks, and I think Clifford's going to be staying in that side. He was solid, didn't miss too many tackles. His kicking game was all right, and yeah, I just think they're going to opt for that experienced halfback for now. And yeah, so if you still have Tom Duffy, I'd be looking to sell next week for sure. Definitely don't hold on to him. In terms of Clifford, he's not going to score 54 every week. He's probably going to be about low 40s point average. And he's priced at 39, so I wouldn't be looking to jump in on him. Purdue, happy days. He's finally done something. And I thought he looked pretty good as well. He looked like one of the Cowboys' best. He got a runaway try, which just was against the run of play, so that's definitely not going to happen every week. So he was probably on for a mid-30s score. Either way, he looked pretty good, and he's going to start making money now. I'm not sure. I don't think he would get dropped just yet. I think he definitely showed that he's developing on that in that center role. But in terms of buying, I don't know. It just feels wrong because most people probably sold him. But if you held on to him, very good job. Definitely keep holding. Buying, I think we'll just have to. If there's no other options next week, he gets named. It looks like he could make a bit of money. Then potentially he's someone you could look at, but it feels like a bottom of the barrel kind of move. So that's what I'd be saying there. Griffin Neem got some more minutes tonight, 49 points in 49 minutes with a try. I'm not too sure if he'll be playing these kind of minutes every week, but I think, let's see, yeah, he'll go up by about 10k here. If we see these kind of minutes again, then I'd say we'll need to have a look into him, but I wouldn't be. He's off my radar for now. Let's just say that. Reece Robson, another pretty average score here. So he's still dropping in money, dropping in price. Even got a try saver in there, but just doesn't seem to be running the ball as much at the moment. He's, when he runs the ball, he's going to pick up more offloads and tackle breaks as well. But yeah, definitely one to keep an eye on his price, but not one to be jumping on at the moment. Corey Jensen, standard from him at the price. Wouldn't be going there. Corey Pakes picks up another decent score for his owners. Going to make a nice chunk of cash this week. And yeah, I think hold strong on him, and I think you can start him. He's definitely in favour of Walters at the moment, and should put up, high 30s, low 40s numbers, which is great for a starting player at this point in the season. And yeah, I wouldn't be looking to buy. He'll be up about 80k total, so he'll be about 380 next week. And he's just, if you were jumping on, then you'd be expecting him to, or you'd be wanting him to, his price to go up to over 500k, and I just can't see that happening in his role. It just feels capped. Ruben Cotter, so 56 minutes. He's still playing less minutes than you'd probably want your star origin forward to be playing, and he's going to be dropping in cash just like Robson. Another 30k down probably, so yeah, that's going to be an interesting one to consider when he bottoms out. He will be, if he starts getting a few more minutes, he'll be one to definitely keep an eye on. Jordan Ricky, after his hot start to the season, puts out a 40, so we're probably going to see a few more games like this, and he is definitely not a buy. Shibasaki, so he's going to make 25k here. Hopefully you held him after his average score last week because, yeah, he's just, he's had a solid game. Staggs is going to be back next week. We just don't know if that's going to be for Marino or Shibasaki. If Shibasaki does drop out of the team, then it's going to be a different story. I think he's one that you can probably sell straight away. But we'll just have to wait and see on that. So, yeah. Jesse Arthurs, I said not to chase his hat trick, and he goes out and scores another try. So 38 points here. He's going to go up another 40k, and he'll be up around that 120k total mark. And yeah, he's just one that if you bought at the start, then very well done. You've picked him at the right time. Just make sure you sell him at the right time. But I still heavily advise against buying him. He's going to have a game where he doesn't score a try, and it's going to be very average. John Bateman now. He's put up 237s in a row. Slightly concerning. 8 missed tackles. Far out. That's the concerning part here. He must have I didn't see the whole game. He must have just been throwing himself into tackles and falling off, just trying to change the game, which is what he does sometimes, and the run meters aren't too impressive either. But gee, I think he could, if you're wanting to get Harson, I think Bateman's one you can just move on, because it seems like he's going to just hover around that 600k mark, and yeah, I'd be looking to move him on to Haas, but only Haas. I wouldn't be looking to make a sideways move to someone else. I'd still hold on to him if I could. Talangi, 37 with a try, fairly standard for him. He's actually one that I've got on my watch list here. If the Cowboys can, pick up a bit of form, he will be in the tries and scoring decently in fantasy. So I think if he just gets down to a price with a 3 in front of it, I would seriously be considering looking at him, because historically he can average high 30s, and yeah, it's not a pretty buy, but one I'm keeping an eye on. But one that we need to keep a bigger eye on is Reece Walsh here. So wow, just 35 points here. He's going to open the week at around 570k, and boy, that is very appealing. However, his break even still going to be, I'm guessing something like 70. It'll probably be about 70, and I would probably give him another week, and then it's going to be screaming buy time. So Reece Walsh is probably one we're going to be looking to buy in the coming weeks. Jason Taumalolo comes back from injury, just standard numbers here. He's, just getting old. He's not going to be playing 2 big minutes, and he's one to definitely avoid. Drinkwater, on the other hand, is just like Walsh. So his break even isn't as high, but he's going to be dropping around that 600k mark. I think he's one that I'd recommend even having a look at buying next week. I wish we had more trades, honestly, because there's a lot of players going around that are losing money that are going to be nice buys very soon. So Drinkwater, so he's kicking goals. His kick meters he only kicked 50 meters, but maybe with Clifford in the team, he's not going to do as much kicking, but it just could be how the game went. Historically, he's a 50-point average player, and maybe the Cowboys being not so good, you take a couple points off that, but then you add on the goal kicking. He has the potential to average in the low 50s, and I probably would prefer him over Walsh, just also for the fact that he probably won't play Origin as well. So overall wise, I mean, buying both, you could even look at buying both of them, but I think I would prefer to buy Drinkwater at this point, just because he'll play more games throughout the season. You would assume with him